Hi, you're watching Floyd Steinberg's YouTube channel. So, some days ago I was browsing my YouTube stats and YouTube itself told me that most of the viewers who come to my channel are searching for info on FL Studio Mobile. Yeah, I was quite as surprised as you are. So today let's take a look at FL Studio Mobile and how it integrates into existing synth setup. Here we go. So, FL Studio has been around for over a decade and it's been ported to all the major platforms, Android, Windows and iOS, and you can find it on the App Store of those systems. I've already installed it on my Android phone here, so let's dive right in. Before you start a project, maybe listen to some of the demo songs to get an impression what's possible here. Press the FL button at the top right and load one of them. They're quite good. Now I don't want to risk a copyright claim here, so let's just create a new song. In the top right corner there's the FL button. Tap that to open the main menu. Then select Empty. Now give your project a name and adjust the time signature and the tempo to your needs. Note, you can only roughly adjust the tempo here, but don't worry. Once you've created the song, you can fine-tune this. After pressing the OK button, we're on the main screen. This is a classic DAW layout with the tracks going from left to right in the upper part of the screen and the transport and keyboard and mixer elements in the bottom row. On the right, you can open the track and the main menu. But before I begin recording a song, I want to add some external hardware. You've already seen my phone. The first thing I'll add to this is the USB hub here, which will add 3 additional USB Type 3 and 1 USB Type C ports to my phone for connecting external MIDI devices, like keyboards or controllers. This also has an HDMI port, which I'm going to use to capture the phone screen today. The most important thing about this hub is it's a so-called OTG USB hub, which means you can use an external power supply while using all your other hardware, so we won't drain the phone's battery so quickly. I'll also use a MIDI keyboard for playing notes and a MIDI controller for adjusting synth parameters, and this portable recorder as an audio interface to capture vocals and guitar. Let's connect all the cables now and then we can start recording a song. So let's change the tempo first by tapping the tempo display in the bottom row. I want to create a track which paraphrases a well-known 80s track but kind of turns its meaning on its head. The tempo of this song is 109 beats per minute. Let's add a drum track by pressing the big plus button in the middle of the screen. Choose one of the default drum kits, for example this classic 909 kit. You can at any time change the drum kit by holding the drum name and pressing load sample. I'll just use the standard sounds though. And now I'll press play and just draw some notes on the grid like in any other DAW. This is nice, but let's add some bite by compressing this. Press the arrow symbol on the right side of the screen, then press plus and choose the compressor. Then choose one of the presets. I'll use this preset. Now let's add a synth bass. Press the big plus icon once again and choose the transistor bass plugin and the PWM preset. You can tap the patch names in order to hear a preview. Before I start entering notes, I want to assign filter cut frequency and resonance to 2 of the knobs on my MIDI controller. This can be done by first moving the control on screen and then pressing the ellipsis button in the bottom row and choosing Link to MIDI CC. Then just move the knob on your MIDI controller. The song I'm paraphrasing here is in C minor and the bass is playing 16th notes. I'll just enter a simple bass line by drawing it. Drag up that very hard to see white dot in the bottom left of the screen to adjust note velocity. Now press play and turn the filter and resonance controls for this result. Oh, by the way, if you like content like this, and if you want to see more on FL Studio Mobile and other synthesizer-related topics, please consider subscribing to my channel. Seeing those subscriber numbers grow makes me happy and keeps me motivated to push out a new video every week or so. And if you want to support this channel financially, you can use the Super Thanks button or buy some of my music on Bandcamp, which should be here or here. Thank you. Next, I'll add a keyboard sound for the chords. I'll use the mini synth plugin for this and the plastic patch in the keyboard section. The keyboard plays reggae style, so on the 2 and 4. I'll record this playing the keyboard, and this is the result. Once again, a compressor will add a bit of that much needed punch here. In much the same way, I added an arpeggiated sequence using the Supersaw plugin, which adds a tiny bit of excitement to this piece. Now, let's record an electric guitar using the audio interface. Press the plus button again and select audio record on the left-hand side. Then connect the guitar to the audio interface, arm your track and play the guitar once again reggae style. Then I wanted to sequence a hardware synth, only to find out that FL Studio Mobile has no MIDI out yet. That's unfortunate. So I added some more tracks and ended up with this rough mix of my interpretation of Rick Springfield's song.
I can see the older man sneering at the younger man. I can see the younger man shouting at the boy. Shouting at the younger woman, I can see the younger woman shouting at the girl. As every man thinks that the other is dumb, and everyone sees in the other one lies. Everybody lives a greater version of himself. From the one to the two, we will remember what it means. Celebrate inside when you lose your mind. Things are right, 'cause I don't like the way you're thinking. And I don't need to go outside to make people fight. I just need to write precisely what I'm thinking on social media.
Yeah, and that's it for today. FL Studio Mobile, a digital audio workstation on your smartphone. Available on the Windows Store, Google Play Store and the Apple Store. So what's my opinion on this? FL Studio Mobile is an interesting app with a lot of great sounding plugins and possibilities. But as cool as it is and as easy it is to use, I'm a bit puzzled by the missing features like MIDI output or the possibility to save the songs in a format that the full version of FL Studio understands. So you can't create music on your smartphone and then continue working on your PC. I guess you can use this as a musical sketchpad for electronic music, but only with the plugins provided, and then you really have to finish that project on your smartphone too. And Fruity Loops doesn't really seem to support this project. So in the last years there were no notable updates to this software. It's kind of forgotten. Some of my viewers also commented that they don't like the built-in store, but I think the plugins provided should give you plenty of opportunity to create music, so the additional content is really not necessary to use this app. Apart from that, it's a fun app with a nice user interface and great sounding plugins. Yeah, and that's it for today. I hope you liked this and found the information useful, and if you did, please consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, thanks for watching and see you again very soon. Bye bye!